Hey guys, it's Vintage Vinny, and I have a thrift store haul for you today. Got a great assortment of stuff as usual, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you all. Stay tuned. Before I get started with my haul video, I do sincerely apologize if you have mentioned that you were interested in purchasing something from me and I didn't get it up in my eBay shop. It takes a long time, especially this time of year, to get myself motivated to list things. I know that sounds silly because Q4 is here and that's usually when people start buying stuff like crazy for Christmas time and all the other winter holidays where gift giving is very popular. With the very generous hours that I'm given at work, and you guys have probably heard this from me a million times, but it is exactly what is affecting me and what is just draining me and just making me not want to list things on my day off, including during the week. But I know that in order for me to do what I need to do to make sure I'm generating sales both online and making sure that I'm getting guaranteed money through my job, it's very hard for me because on my days off, because I'm so exhausted from working such long hours or being up so early in the morning, my sleeping schedule just gets messed up. And on top of that, just, doing what I do, and not that retail is hard, it's just when you do the same thing, and you're ringing people up and you're bagging their stuff, you're taking returns, you're helping customers when you can, it gets very, very draining. And you would think standing up at a register for 8 hours a day, or working on the truck, or working on the sales floor, putting merchandise out so people can buy it, isn't really that difficult. But believe it or not, it really is. And I don't think some people realize that until they get into the retail industry, especially for a place like Marshall's, where it's very multitasking. You got to make sure you're doing so many different things. Like, you got to make sure you're putting the stuff out if you're on the sales floor. If you're up front ringing, making sure you're providing good customer service. Asking customers / persuading customers to apply for the TJX Rewards credit card, which can be a struggle sometimes. I'm not always perfect. I don't always get people to apply for the card no matter what I give them benefit-wise. But that's just the nature of the game. So I'm sorry for this little rant here. It's just, on my days off, I wake up and I say I want to get stuff listed, but I can't get myself motivated because it's the one day where I don't have to scurry out of this house to get to work. And I just want to either lay in bed all day and watch TV or just not do anything, which sounds horrible, especially because, I'm basically losing sales by doing that, personally. But I've ranted for 3 minutes about what's been going on with me, so let's jump right into this haul video, which is what you all are here for. As usual, we're going to go ahead and start with the larger items for this haul. I got these really interesting wood pony horse bookends. Originally they were asking $1.50 each, and then I guess they felt that they wouldn't have sold for that, so I got them both for $1.50. And as you can see on this one, there is some paint loss and chips, due to age. Of course, these aren't exactly newer. And they also apparently had some kind of leather or something, or like plastic, where this little nail is. Overall in very good condition. I might take a little bit of polish just to make them look good. I think in the condition they sit in, I'll probably ask $20. This next group of items was something that I thought was really, really interesting. I'd never seen them before. They're ceramic westward hoe covered wagons. They were $2.50 each, or $5 for the set. This one is really wobbly. I don't know if that was a manufacturer flaw or something, but this one is perfectly, well, it's a little wobbly, but this one is way worse. If I were to use them, I would probably end up putting some felt or something on them to stop that Now this one has the maker's mark on the bottom of it. Let's see if I can get it in focus for you all to see. So this says Original DB Company Import Japan. I did look them up, and I didn't see any of these ones specifically. I'm not even sure exactly what these are. My first impressions were that they were a bank because you have this slot right here, and I thought maybe coins would go there. But then again, I thought this is probably not a bank because usually coin slots are not that large. They're usually much smaller. And they have a hole on the bottom here. So that's what also made me think these were banks. But they also have this hole right here, so I'm thinking maybe a small lamp. They're just missing the cords themselves. If you all happen to know what these are, let me know in the comments below. Now this one does have cracking in the glaze, which I didn't notice when I bought them. I should have inspected them and looked them over better, but that's okay. The cracking does, I think, go all the way through here, but I think it might just be crazing cracking. It doesn't look like it's a real crack in the actual piece. So if you all happen to know what these are and what you think I can get for them, because I looked them up and I couldn't find this exact thing on eBay. So again, please let me know if you happen to have any information regarding these two pieces, on what they are, what their purpose was, and what I potentially can get for them. So I picked this really, really interesting car planter. It's got a quote-unquote old car on each side. And it's just really, really cool. No markings on it. Paid 75 cents for it. Probably had a fake floral arrangement in it back in the day. Of course, it's no longer there now. I thought originally this would be like a great tissue box holder, but I don't think the opening is large enough. Unless you want to crush your tissue box and shove it in there, which I would probably consider doing. For some odd reason, all this retro old car stuff just seems to find me. They don't sell for a whole lot of money, but I mean, it's kind of cool, right? I mean, I thought so. So this next piece has been at this thrift store for quite a while, and I went ahead and got it because I hadn't found really all that much. I thought it was really interesting even when I first saw it. It's a leaf trinket box. It's footed. No cracks or chips on it. But I thought it was really interesting, and the design of it was definitely unique. It has a Japan stamp on the bottom of it. I think because of the uniqueness of it, it should sell for, I would say, anywhere from maybe, I think I might ask 20 bucks for it. I think it's well worth it. Because it's definitely different, and anybody who likes leaf pattern items would definitely enjoy this. And before I forget, like I usually do in my videos, if you see anything in these haul videos that you are interested in purchasing that I mention is for sale, the link to my eBay shop is down below in the description. I apologize if you're not seeing anything new pop up in my inventory. My work hours have just been really picking up, and holiday season is slowly but surely coming into play. I was going to do some listings today, Sunday, when I filmed this. I was just too tired. I mean, I get one day off after all those hours. Only real benefit of it is all the pay that I get, but it really does take its toll on me, and I'm not able to focus on what I really like to do. I mean, it is what it is, and I shouldn't complain because it's guaranteed money for the time being. But yeah, that's pretty much the backstory to that. I have off Wednesday, and I go in and I do a 5:30 to 11 shift on Thursday, so I'm probably going to spend both of those days getting stuff up because I told myself I'm not to go sourcing until I can get a vast majority of things up on eBay. And I gotta do my Amazon shipment. I keep forgetting about that too. Maybe I'll work on that on Tuesday night when I get home. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get into the other stuff here. I found this really cool ceramic boot mug. It was $1. No maker's mark on it, but I think it's really, really cool nonetheless. I'm either going to look this up and see how much it goes for, and if it doesn't go for much, I might send this to Thrifty Treasures. She's a Texas girl. I'm sure she likes those cowgirl boots. So I will see what happens there. For $150, I found this really, really awesome football planter. It has a stamp on the bottom of it for Samson Import Company in 1962, most likely a Japan piece. No cracks or chips. I'm going to clean it out, of course, because there's a bunch of dirt in it. So I think I might ask 12 to 15 for that. Now, I don't normally go for the jewelry because I don't know much about it. But if I see something that's kind of interesting, I'll maybe pick it up. And that was the case with this necklace here. I think it's probably from the 1960s. It's got a rose in it. It originally was $1.50, and I guess after some items sit for a long period of time, they mark stuff down. I guess that's why they use different colors, I guess, to determine how long something's been in the store. Anyway, I thought this was pretty interesting. It's got roses on it. It's almost metallic. There's no marking on it to indicate who made it, but I would definitely say this is an older piece, or at least in my opinion it is, but I could be wrong. It's got a long chain. The clasp doesn't look too old to me. I mean, if this is a modern piece, it's no big deal. I'll probably just give that to somebody. But it's definitely, like, chic kind of a thing, you know? That's what drew me to it, because I know this kind of style is in, like Victorian, shabby chic kind of a thing. So that's why I went ahead and grabbed that. As you all know, Pudgy Picker and her sister Kim love the zippers, and I tend to find a lot of them. I got these for 50 cents a piece, and when I find them cheap, I usually buy them. So I'll be adding these to her stash. I have to get her these zippers because I'm running out of space downstairs to store all my friend mail. So yeah, that's that. This came from the Goodwill outlet, so ignore the 25-cent price tag on it. It's a mallard duck sun catcher. I know Pudgy Picker a couple years ago had mentioned that she would sell these online for like $8 to $10 a piece. So this came from the Goodwill outlet. No cracks or chips on it. I think I might go ahead and list it for 10 bucks. This also came from the Goodwill. The cashier charged me $1 for it. I thought it was really, really cool. It's a peacock figurine. No cracks or chips. It's in very good condition. I really like the different colors on it. It has a sticker on the bottom of it for Pacific Imports in Japan. I may look this up just to see if it's going for anything, and if it is, I may end up listing it. But if not, I'm going to keep it for myself because I really like the different colors on it. And I just thought it was really cool and didn't want to see it get broken. Unless I break it myself. This came from a Goodwill. I'd never seen the soda bubble up before. It's made by Federal Glass Company. I'm going to do a little bit of research and see if this glass is worth anything. If not, it's no big deal. I'll probably just keep it for myself because I like the advertising on it. It possibly was faded over time and these were supposed to be brighter, but that's alright. For $1, I took the chance. I can't remember exactly where I saw the soda bubble up recently because I didn't know at the time that this was still being made. I thought it was an older soda that was no longer made. So, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. So I took the chance on that for $1. So do you all remember, I think this was a TV show, but correct me if I'm wrong. Or maybe I'm thinking of like Bonanza or what's that other really long or was Bonanza one of the longest running Western shows? I can't remember. So I got this ashtray. Now you all know I'm not a smoker, but I thought this was really, really cool. It's for Ponderosa. There's, I know when we visited family up in Wisconsin, we would go to a Ponderosa steakhouse restaurant. But was Ponderosa a television show? I feel like it was. But for some odd reason, my mind is drawing a blank right now. But anyway, I picked this up for a quarter. I haven't done any research on it, but this does bring back a lot of fun memories from when we'd visit my family up in Wisconsin because Ponderosa is a steak, like a steakhouse buffet place. I thought their food was pretty good. Running with the vintage car planters, I found this blue one for 75 cents. It's going to need to be cleaned up because as you can see there's lots of dust and dirt. I'm wondering if somebody had painted over this many years ago because inside that's a really different shade of blue. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll take some water or something to it and get all that gunk off of it. But I didn't want to leave this behind for 75 cents because it's the color blue and you all know I love my blue stuff. So I went ahead and got that. So this was really, really interesting. If you all remember from a while back, I bought a wall plaque that had this exact same image on it. It's a Mariners Inn Stein. It is made by Napco Ware, so it was probably made in Japan, like most of that stuff was in those days. No cracks or chips, pretty dirty, but I thought it was definitely neat. I would date this to probably the 1960s, or maybe even the 70s, kind of like the piece I have downstairs. This cost me $1.50. Still pretty good. I liked it because of the ship that was on it, and it's not too bad looking for something that was made in those days. Because I know the 60s and 70s were kind of like darker colors, and it went from pastel, really nice bright colors to this kind of like, I don't know, it was just a weird transition in my opinion. And then once the 70s came, a bunch of pastel colors came back into style. I don't know what the heck was going on back then. Okay, the last item for the thriftage, and then I'm going to share one item that I picked up at Marshall's. Now this guy would not have sold to anybody else because as you can see, he has been repaired beyond belief. He's a left-in 4th of July boy figurine. I almost left him behind because, like I said, he's been repaired pretty badly, or he's been broken pretty severely, and the damages are pretty noticeable. I even thought it would be cool to try to touch it up, but I guess I didn't do a real good job at that. But I thought he was kind of cool. He could go with some of the other, what do you call this stuff? Patriotic. The other patriotic stuff that I have for this time of year. So for 50 cents, I didn't want to see him get thrown away. So, I mean, overall, he's still in good shape paint-wise, just he's been broken. I don't even think this would be even sellable if I were to put it up on eBay. And if I did, it probably would be no more than like $5 or $6 because of those repairs. Alright, I got to unwrap this piece here. So, I waited till the very last minute to get one of these mugs. I paid $4 for it. Look at this. It's a Volkswagen Bug mug made by Good Vibes. It was, like I said, originally $4.99. Had 20% off that weekend, so I only paid $4. With tax, it was $4.24. But I absolutely loved this, and I really contemplated on getting it because I'm like, do I even really need something like this? The answer was most likely no, but it was the last one, and I knew that it was meant to be if I bought the last one. So, I thought it was cool. Check your local Marshalls or TJ Maxx or even Home Goods to see if you can find one of these, if you're interested in it. Because I love the blue. It's got the 60s vibe with the peace sign on the front of it. It just was something that was calling my name and said, I need you to take me home with you. So I thought that was really interesting. So that is my quick thrift haul. So let me go ahead and I'll meet you all back in front of the camera. So that's all I have for you today. Be sure and give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to know when new videos are posted. All the links to my social media accounts via Instagram are down below as well, where you will see pictures of items to come in future haul videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, guys.